Frugality, it's a lot of little things you do every day to save money.
But how many things can you do in one weekend to cut costs?
What does frugal really look like? In this video, we'll share 30 ways that we saved money over 3 days.
This is the weekend edition of How We Save Money.
Now, we said weekend edition, but we said 3 days. Why? Well, because everyone knows that the weekend really starts Friday at 5 o'clock when you clock out from work.
That's absolutely true.
We're sharing not only the ways that we saved money, but stick with us because for each tip, we're going to share ways that you can do exactly the same thing in your home and you too can save money. Let's get started right away.
But in case you don't know us, I'm Larry.
And I'm Hope.
And we're from Under the Median, where every week we bring you videos on practical frugality.
All right, now let's get started. The first thing we did was we ate plain oatmeal for breakfast. Now, we did actually add some soy milk and some cinnamon and sugar. But how does this really save money? Well, of course, it is substantially less expensive than boxed cereals, but there's actually another reason.
If you don't add extra ingredients, like, let's say, raisins and
or walnuts
or blueberries, oh my,
then you actually cut the cost per serving of the oatmeal in half. The second thing we did
is I rode my bike to work on Friday. Now, as it turns out, I've been riding my bike for the last 3 weeks. So the car's sitting in the garage, and I'm taking an e-bike to work, and I'm solar charging it using one of our portable power stations, which I charge out in the backyard, and then charge the battery up on that in the evening. So we're running the bike free of charge. Free of charge.
How much are we actually saving by doing this? We cut our gas bill in half, and we're saving $50 a month.
Yes, that is substantial.
This was free week. For some reason this week, people offered us a lot of free food.
You know, when I was leaving to come home from work on Friday, my coworker gave me 12 cans of Sam's Cola. It wasn't the kind of cola that they wanted.
Our son Dan, who works at a thrift store, brought home some free bread and some bagels.
Hope got some free leek tops from a friend. We met her at the Kroger parking lot. And at the same time we met her in the Kroger parking lot, we went shopping at Kroger's.
That's right. And we shopped at Kroger's with savings in mind. We actually were able to get 3 free products. Now, the first was some Kroger peanut butter. We had a coupon that Kroger had sent us for a free jar of Kroger natural peanut butter. But the 2 other items we got were actually some really high quality natural foods. I've mentioned it before on the channel, but Social Nature is the place that we actually sign up and you can get coupons for free full-size natural products. I'll make sure that there's a link to Social Nature in the description of the video. We were able to get some breakfast biscuits.
They were good.
And we also got some freeze-dried basil. While we were at Kroger, we were also able to stack a Kroger coupon along with something that was already on sale. Look at the size of these peppers. They are absolutely huge. They were on sale for $1.25 each, so I bought 3 of them. I had a coupon that I got 50 cents off if I bought 3 peppers. So that made each of these peppers $1.07. These will definitely feed us. I'll stuff them with a mixture of rice and also some cooked lentils. These will last us for 2 meals. Back to the topic of some free items that were given to us. Our son's girlfriend, Hannah, was leaving home. She had been given some fresh herbs. She couldn't use them before she left, so she gave us some lovely fresh herbs from one of her coworkers.
Saturday morning, we picked up some free chocolate mint from a friend named Stephen, who offered that to us.
The next way we saved money this weekend was by looking at our estimated power bill. Now, how does that help us to save money? Because for the past 2 weeks, we have really been trying hard to lower our overall energy usage and lower our bill. Our electric company allows us to see an estimated bill anytime we want during the month. We can just go on our online account and it will tell us what our estimated bill is. It will also show us our average daily usage down to the quarter hour. That helps us because because whenever we try new ideas for saving money, within 72 hours, we can go onto our online account and see if the strategies we're using are actually helping us to save money. Show you a couple of charts real quick that show exactly what we have been able to achieve in just 2 weeks. You guys, we are actually super pumped by this savings. The first chart that you're looking at shows the overall average energy usage was about 40 kilowatts each day during the month of July. But you see that red arrow? That red arrow shows you where we decided we have had enough. Our estimated bill was well over $200. We're like, whoa, that's just way too high. So that's when you can see that right where that arrow is, that very next day was when we implemented some serious changes to lower our energy bill. And you can see immediately it went down. Over the last 2 weeks, we have lowered our overall energy usage by 25% and our estimated bill by just over $50.
Hope and I had a quick budget meeting to determine goals for the following week.
Now, whenever you look at goals, really, your budget is comprised of a series of smaller steps that you're trying to take in order to save money, especially when you look at your budget in terms of frugality and saving money. So what we usually do is every quarter, we set a series of mini goals. For instance, right now, trying to save on our energy usage. So we would have a series of 4 steps under there that show the 4 main ways that we're trying to lower our energy bills. Then we come back every few weeks and take a look at it and say, how successful have we been in implementing these 4 steps? And are there any new steps that we want to try to implement in order to have a more successful outcome? If we weren't saving quite as much as we wanted to, for instance, we could try some new things, see if that will lower our energy bill. In this case, we're super happy with our savings, but we are indeed going to implement some new ideas to see if we can get that bill down even further. This is super important, guys, because when you do this, you have specific goals. They're right in front of your face. You're tracking your progress. And we've talked about it time and time again. That's one of the main keys to actually saving money every single month. We actually did a video a while back that showed the specific steps that we take in order to set each of these mini goals every quarter. I'm going to make sure that's linked up above and in the description of the video. Staying with the theme of energy savings for just a couple more minutes, Larry has some ideas for you. These are ways that we implemented to try to lower our energy usage over the weekend.
Remember, it's the little things that you do that add up for the big money. So this seems like a very little thing, but if you keep doing little things, you're going to keep cutting those costs little by little. So these are the USB powered lights. We've shown them before. We're using these all week. And in fact, now we're using them in the kitchen, over the sink, and in the family room. We've only got 2 of them, but I think we're going to get some more. They power off of a USB power bank, and this has a switch and an 8-foot cord. And like I say, they can be literally hung anywhere, and they provide plenty of light. We actually will use 2 of these around the sink while we're doing dishes, and that provides plenty of light.
Another thing that we've been doing is getting very, and I mean very creative with the way that we are using our Opus portable power generators.
Yeah, so instead of just using them for backup power for an emergency, we are incorporating those into our use of kitchen appliances. So I have one now sitting on the counter between the coffee pot and the microwave, and it's hooked up to both of those. And so we're charging that outside in the sun in the backyard. I had a bunch of them out in the backyard on Saturday, bringing in good sunlight, and that will run we're powering the kitchen for about 3 days now before I'm having to recharge all those again. So that runs the microwave. And we were really surprised at how many times we turned that microwave on in a day. And the microwave draws quite a bit of power when it's running, about 1,500 watts. So you run that, the coffee pot, maybe the popcorn popper. We even ran the toaster oven off of it. And we're running these lights using that power station. So that is really helping cutting the costs.
All right, let's move on to savings. These are 5 ways that we saved on doing our laundry this week. The first thing we did were full loads, only full loads of laundry. We also washed exclusively in cold water. We used only 2 tablespoons of the powered laundry detergent. And then finally, we actually put the water from the dehumidifier into the washing machine to actually partially fill that washing machine tub with water before we did the laundry. And after everything was washed, we hung it outside to dry on the laundry lines.
If you want to see a little more detail on how to cut costs doing laundry, we actually did an entire video on this, and Hope goes into great detail about the detergent and how much you use, how much you need, and so on. So if you want to watch that, we'll have it linked right up above.
And if you want to do us another favor, if you're finding these tips helpful, would you do us a big favor and hit that thumbs up button, give this video a like. We did several more things outside and harnessed the free power of sunlight. One of those things was making sun tea. Y'all, this was passion peach tea, and it was absolutely amazing.
You know, after that ran out, the kids kept asking, do you have any more of that tea left?
What kind of tea is brewing at your house this summer? Tell us in the comments section.
On Saturday, while we had good sunlight, we used that power to operate the solar oven where Hope cooked the dish that we ate that night.
It was potatoes, green bean, onion, garlic, and a little bit of liquid smoke. Y'all, it's like that Southern ham and bean kind of thing that your mama made when you were growing up. Tell me in the comment section, does your mom make that too? I absolutely love it. As an adult, I kind of veganized it and took the ham or the bacon out of it, but we absolutely love this dish.
While we were setting up the oven, we discovered that we couldn't find our oven thermometer, so we had to go out and buy another one. We got a little bit larger one, and that thermometer shows the oven running at a nice, hot 200 degrees, about a crock pot temperature. It did a great job, and that meal was piping hot for us by that evening.
Now, this sort of plays a little bit into the way that we save money because, yes, the oven thermometer did cost us some money, but we bought that oven thermometer while we were out on Saturday mornings doing errands, and we consolidated all of our trips into one area of town and made a complete route all the way around from our house doing the errands and then circled back around again in order to conserve the most gasoline possible. While we were also out on that trip, we did something else that saved us money. We stopped by the farmer's market. Now, I know that a lot of you have said farmers markets are incredibly expensive, and you are right for the most part. However, we truly believe, and we'll show you this, you can find bargains at farmers markets. We got this onion, which was just shy of 2.5 pounds for $1.
While we were out Saturday doing those errands, we also swung into our local GFS store. That's Gordon Food Service, for those that don't know what that means. And we bought a gallon of soy sauce. Now, we have found this to be the cheapest way to buy soy sauce. You know, an interesting thing happened while we were out on our errands. We actually found 11 cents on the ground. Now, once again, that's not much money, but we picked it up, and by golly, we're 11 cents to the good.
That's right. Do y'all pick up money when you find it on the ground? I'd love to know. Please tell us we're not the only ones that do this. Tell us in the comments section.
I will always stop on a dime.
While we were out, we actually passed, literally right by this sign that said garage sale. And it was like a flash of inspiration. Larry and I both said, hey, let's stop at the garage sale. I got this beautiful necklace at the garage sale, and it was $4, y'all. So it was well worth it to stop at the garage sale, which was, of course, on our route that we'd already predetermined we were going to go on. So I didn't go out of my way and waste gas going to the garage sale.
And I saved us money at the garage sale by buying nothing.
That was good. I like that. We've mentioned a little bit about cooking over the weekend. This is yet another way that we saved money cooking this weekend. We used our crock pot and we actually put it outside on the back patio to do the cooking so that it would not add any residual heat at all to the interior of the house. The other way that this actually saves money is the fact that using your crock pot is one of the least expensive ways that you can cook. If you've been with us for any length of time, you'll recognize this chart we have in front of you right now. I made this chart and compared the energy usage, electric usage of 8 of the most common kitchen appliances, and you'll see all the way at the bottom is your crock pot.
While Hope was about halfway through cooking the meal on the crock pot, I realized that one of the Opus power stations had filled up and it was ready to be used. So I plugged the crock pot into that and we finished the last half of cooking using power from the sun.
Staying with the theme of cooking, I had a mini bulk cooking session. Y'all, this is gold for those of you like me who are very busy and think I did not have time to spend 8 hours bulk cooking on a Saturday. You know what? I don't either. So instead, I usually schedule 2 or 3 mini bulk cooking sessions throughout the week. They last 2 to 3 hours each time, and I can probably cook about 3 or 4 dishes in 2 to 3 hours, and that will get us by for 2 to 3 days of food for us to eat. In this case, I made a huge pot of garbanzo beans using the pressure cooker. I took out the beans that I knew that I was going to use for a different recipe, and then I had everything cut and ready to go to make garbanzo bean soup. And we had gotten some beets with the beet greens on top at the farmer's market, which meant that I cut those beet green tops off and I used the beet green tops in the garbanzo bean soup. Yet another example of don't waste parts of items that you buy to eat that you actually can eat. Don't throw them out.
Hope finished up the mini bulk food cooking session by making some food for a party that we went to on Sunday.
I made a huge batch of tuna salad. Now, those of you who are not plant-based eaters, tuna salad is a garbanzo bean-based sandwich spread, and it is a tuna salad replacement for those who eat plant-based. It actually was a huge hit at the party. I also made a marinated vegetable salad to take to the party, and that passion peach tea we showed you a little bit earlier, yes, that made its way to the party with us, and they drank the entire gallon of passion peach tea and then asked, was there any more tea left over? And in the theme of waste not, want not, we actually took one of the baguettes that Dan brought home from work, sliced it into thin slices, toasted those slices, so we had little mini pieces of toast to put the tuna salad on for the guests at the party. And finally, those muffins Dan brought home, we cut those into fourths and took those to the party with us as well. Now, what's the deal with the stuff we're taking to this party? This party was with some very, very dear friends that we have known for over 30 years. We get together twice a year, and all of the grown kids make an effort to be at these parties twice a year. So our group has actually grown pretty large over the ensuing 30 years. And now the kids are coming back and bringing their significant others with them to the party. And we always have themes for the party. The theme for this party, tell me in the comment section, based on what I've already shared, can you figure out what the party theme was? Tell us in the comment section, what do you think the theme of the party was? I'll wait just a second. We'll do one of those. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, the theme of the party was salads. Everybody brought a salad.
You know, getting together with friends is a very important thing to do. And as Hope said, we've known these friends for over 30 years. And, you know, it's funny, we started out as a group of 6, and now we're a group of, I can't even count.
Like a lot more.
It's a lot more because we've all had kids, so that's added to it. But it's important because we get together. Why is it frugal? Well, it's frugal because we're not really spending a lot of money. We're just having good conversation, reminiscing over old times, talking about getting updated on news of what we're doing today. And then we played a free game. It was so fun, that the game that we played, and we were there all afternoon and part of the evening. It was a really fun thing. Didn't cost hardly any money.
Community is important, and you don't have to spend a lot of money in order to have an amazing time with good friends.
How did you save money this week? We'd like to hear from you in the comments.
Now, if you want more real life inspiration from our life, check out last week's video where we shared 35 frugal ways that we saved money last week. It's right over there.